Well, everybody, today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite wall coverings, our wood veneer wall coverings. I've seen it used residentially and commercially, and Dennis is going to share with you some great tips, because if you're an experienced installer, you probably know all the tips and tricks by heart. But if you're newer or you're more intermediate, this is one where some of these tricks are really going to make a big difference. So with that, Dennis, talk to me, what type of adhesive are we going to start with?
I prefer to use clay adhesive on wood veneers.
So why clay versus vinyl?
What I want to do, first of all, is moisten the material.
A lot of moistening.
And the reason I do that is so that it will relax and lay flat.
So when you moisten it, like what do you do to moisten it?
I just take a sponge, wring it out really well. You don't want to over soak the material. Wipe it, takes about 10 seconds. I roll it up actually and book it, and then put it on the table. It lays perfectly flat, and then I apply the clay adhesive to it. And the reason I use clay is because I've already added the moisture to it. Clear adhesives and the vinyl adhesives are much wetter. So I don't want to keep adding additional moisture to the sheet, so I prefer to use the driest adhesive I could find.
Are there times where we're going to use a pre-mixed vinyl adhesive instead of the clay?
Yes, and I do that. Mainly when the veneer is a light color. Obviously clay is a beigey color, very easy to stain the front of the material if it happens to get on the edge, where you don't get that with a clear. So in that case, I'll be much more careful moistening it. I don't want to overdo that because, again, I just switched to an adhesive that has more wetness and moisture to it. But there are times that you could use clear. I just found over the time that I've been doing it that clay does a better job of relaxing the material and having it adhere to the wall.
So Dennis's tips that he just discussed with us are, 1, take the material, we roll it out, Dennis, yes?
Yes.
And then with a sponge, you're dampening it.
Correct.
2, let it relax, and then we're going to put the adhesive on it.
Correct.
And then 4, you're going to book it.
And you don't want to do that too tightly because you could crack the veneer. But one good thing about moistening the veneers, it softens it to the point that it isn't as susceptible to cracking.
And again, it's just let it sit for about
Not
how long?
It could be 5 minutes at best.
5 minutes.
And you're ready to go. And the beauty of it is it becomes like any other wall covering to install. There's none of that rippling or buckling, and it makes it much more manageable to put it on the wall. I get that question from new installers, experienced installers, and everybody in between.
That's great. So there you guys go, 4 easy steps.